Good morning, my fig brothers and sisters, and today is April 14th. And this morning is a beautiful day. It's supposed to be 81 degrees today, little rain this afternoon, but I just wanted to show everybody my fig trees that I just have taken out of the garage on April 1st, and I wanted to show you the progression of what's happening with them. We're getting a lot of breba fruit coming through, and our trees are starting to leaf out. So I just wanted to take you for a quick tour of the fig and fruit orchard to show you what's happening with our fig trees. Now all these trees are going to go back in the ground this year. They're going to go in the dirt, and they're going to get all the nutrients that they need in order to start growing. That's our persimmon tree growing on our patio here. We're going to get a lot of fruit from that. Those are our Inground trees back here that we've just unwrapped. We have 5 of them that are going to be coming back and bearing fruit for us. And as you can see, we have some figs already growing out of this one, which is one of my favorite trees, called the Desert King, or as other people put it, the Desert King. And making our way back to the fig and fruit orchard. Let's see what we've done this year. We've kind of expanded our orchard. Let's first see how our fruit trees are doing. We have some beautiful fruit trees this year. Look at this peach tree is starting to bloom with the pretty flowers, and we're waiting for the bees to pollinate this beautiful peach tree. And we have another peach tree here that's starting to bloom also. This is the Alberta peach tree. Very good sweet peach. And we have our cherry tree, and that's starting to come in. And we have 4 different kinds of cherries on this one that are going to come in. The 4-in-1 cherry tree. So instead of having 4 trees, we're going to have 1 tree bearing 4 different kinds of cherries. And this is our European plum from Italy. We have a European plum. It's going to give us some really nice plums. And from what I heard about this tree, this is the only plum tree that doesn't need pollination and really produces well in zone 6B. And we have right here our Bartlett pear is growing and doing well. That's our Bartlett pear tree. And this is a tree that I grew myself from a seed from ShopRite. This is our Bosch pear tree, and as you can see, it's just doing so well. I grew 3 of these already from the seed after eating a pear from ShopRite, and it's just so healthy. And we're going to get a lot of pears out of that. And this Bosch pear has to pollinate the Bartlett pear next to it, and the Bartlett pear has to pollinate the Bosch. That's why we have them next to each other. Okay. And moving down the line, we have a beautiful Macintosh apple tree that is coming in, and right next to it we have a Red Delicious apple tree that'll be coming in late this year. I had to move it out of the ground from another spot, but we can start to see it starting to bloom right there. So we're going to start to get some leafing coming out of it. Moving on to the figs. You can see that because I brought the fig trees out April 1st, we are starting to get early production of figs and leaves this year. And it's been warmer earlier this year, so that's why we're getting all of this That's why we're getting all of this growth. And even our little trees that we've grown over the winter time, you can see are doing so well. I mean, they have figs coming out and leaves coming out already. This is my Texas everbearing. I have a couple of those, close relative of the brown turkey. Okay. And you just see through the fruit orchard where all these are going to go back in the ground. Here's another one doing so well right there. And we're going to get a lot of figs. Look at that. Look at the fig orchard. How many fig trees we have to put in the ground this year. All of these have to go back in the ground. I'm going to have to dig about 100 holes again this year. Okay. This one's doing really well. This is a Sao Miguel Roxo, very good fig tree. And I took a cutting of that, an air layer, and that's just doing really well this year. Here's a couple more that I had that I'm going to have for a couple of my friends. This is one for Tommy LaPiccolo. It's the Patterson Unknown. He got that from a tree he cut off in Patterson, and we're gonna see which fig tree that is. We have a Cadota and Black Mission. Black Mission is the figs that you get at the farmer's market or the store. The ones they mass produce throughout the United States. They're good tasting. Not my favorite, but very good. And we have the Italian 258, which is doing very well. Moving on to these fig trees, you could just see every one. Here's a Brooklyn White. We got a lot of really big, nice figs out of this last year. This has to go back in the ground real quick. It's all a matter of time, how much time we have to come back to the orchard and spend the time. Here's a Sal's Cordileone from Italy, and it's doing very well. This Sal's Cordileone, I really like the taste of that fig, and we're gonna taste each and every one of them this summer. We're gonna see. Here's our Kesariani from Greece. This tree is gonna give us beautiful Greek figs this year. And I have a couple Greek friends that I work with, and I might do an air layer for them so they have a Greek fig in their yard, tradition. I might do an air layer and give them probably one of these to plant in their backyard or to put in a pot so they can have some Greek figs. And you can just see these are doing so well. Look at the figs coming through already on some of these plants. This one right here again, Sao Miguel Roxo, what a grower. 2 of these already. I think I have one of these reserved for one of my buddies at work. They're gonna plant them in the yard, and that's just gonna give them so many figs this year. You can tell there's already 5 figs growing. We haven't even hit May yet. Here's our Black Mission, another Black Mission growing very well. Another good producer right here. A really nice fig. This is our White Madeira. Our beautiful White Madeira. And Adriatic JH air layer, another one that's going to sell this year. And over here we have Sister Madeline Greek. There's another Greek one. I'm going to put this in the ground. Hopefully it gets really big this year. So that's 2 Greek fig trees. This is from a monastery with nuns over in Greece called the Sister Madeline. And it's a delicious fig. And it didn't grow that big last year, but I think if I put it in the ground this year, it's going to really produce for me this year. It looks like it's doing well already. So that's a quick tour of our update. You can see all the figs are out of my heated garage in the black pots, and they're all going to have to go back in the ground. Here's our little bear, protector bear. So we have a lot of work ahead of us. I'm hoping that I do have a couple days off every week just to put a couple in the ground every week. It's going to take me a while for this season, but they all have to go in the ground. We still have to do in May our tomatoes and our cucumbers. Let's check out real quick how our grape orchard's doing. A gazebo has to be built here this year so that we can hang our grapes over the gazebo, but we got our Niagara grapes, look like they're blooming. Look like they're doing very well. Our Concord looks like it's doing very well this year. We have some buds coming through already on these. Along here. And then we have our table grapes, which are budding, starting to come out and bud. So, and then we have another black grape over here, which is really nice, which is budding. It's going to do very well. Anyway, this is Adam from BC Fig Farm and Fruit Orchard. I hope you enjoyed the quick tour, bringing our plants out from winter hibernation. We're going to put them in the ground. We've already put Osmocote fertilizer in each one. That way when it rains over the month of April, the Osmocote fertilizer gives them a really good start. It's 3 to 6 months, so we don't have to fertilize again once we put it in the ground. And that's it. What a beautiful day in April. The sun is shining. The weather's beautiful. I believe it's 75 degrees right now. And it's just a gorgeous time of the year to get ready for the summer. Anyway, Adam from BC Fig Farm and Fruit Orchard signing off. See you next time.